me clap once? Can you hear me clap twice? Thank you so much. All right, guys, we are going to go ahead and get started with our award ceremony. Just so you know, we have parents joining online, and we also have our classmates that are at home joining as well. Okay? It has been an extremely crazy, unpredictable, crazy. There's no other word for this year, and I think you guys all agree. But it shows how resilient you guys are to a world that throws curveballs at you left and right. Regardless of any of these awards being given, we are extremely proud of every single one of you for just taking the punches as they came this year and rolling with it. Okay? We appreciate that because it made our job easier. And hopefully you will never have another year like this in your career. Okay? We are actually going to let the exploratory teachers hand out their awards first because they have a couple different award ceremonies to go to. So we're going to let them go first. All right, and then we will do our team awards, okay? Sound like a plan? Parents, thank you for joining us. We'll introduce ourselves in a minute. I'm going to let the exploratory teachers go first, though. So yeah, all right, so everybody needs to be on your best behavior and be listening and quiet, okay? Thank you.
So we have 2 girl PE awards in this on this team that we'd like to give. They always are having fun, playing hard, good sportsmanship, and they go to Danaro Costello and Jackie Padilla. Come over here so the parents can see. Right here. Congratulations. Congratulations. Where do we go? You go back there. Oh, wait. Give us a hug.
And it is my very great pleasure to take just a second to honor this young lady for her excellence in visual arts. That title, Excellence in Visual Arts, really cannot put into words how creative this young lady is, how talented she is as an artist, and just how she's willing to try things, go out and above and beyond anything I ever asked her to do in class. So I would very much like to honor Andrea Santin Rodriguez. She's cool like that.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Lowe. I'm the band teacher. Mrs. Quinn couldn't be here, so I'm going to give her awards first. So the first awards I'm going to give out are for excellence in orchestra. This goes to Natalie Alamazar. Okay. Congratulations. Oh, well, she told me it was. Oh, this is all the wrong team. Nope, sorry, that's all the wrong team. It's okay. That's fine. Yep, no, these are mine. She just texted me. All right, hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah, if you want to do yours. Okay, never mind, we're going to do band. I'm sorry. She just told me who these students were. I don't teach them. All right, so I have 2 awards for 7th grade band most improved students. The first student I would like to give this award to has always participated well in class, but didn't necessarily think of band as his niche, but really came in this year and worked hard, and that is Seth McCarson. He's not here, he's at a wrestling match. And then the second band student I would like to recognize as being most improved in the 7th grade has always been one of my favorite students. She's very witty, has a positive attitude, is a lot of fun to teach. But when she came back this year, she realized that half of our clarinet section was gone. She was all of a sudden very exposed, and we could hear her playing. And she worked really hard and became one of the strongest players in my class, and that is Jackie Padilla. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I knew I was going to do something backwards. Okay, so there's only one student on this team, and this is the Conductor's Award for the most improved in orchestra, and that is Kiara Owens.
All right. I am Miss Ford. I teach 7th grade math and science to your students. I had to think what I taught for a second. This is Miss Stepp. She's their ELA and social studies teacher. I am going to be presenting because she decided to get a case of laryngitis on awards day. Pretty convenient if you ask me, but it's fine. All right, guys. So we're going to start with our ELA awards. And I'm reading this like I were Miss Stepp, so just pretend I have her voice, okay? As a reading teacher in middle school, I am used to hearing the moans and groans that come from asking students to read. However, every year there are those students who enjoy reading, writing, and falling in love with books and their characters. The first ELA award goes to a student who loves to write and uses it as an outlet to cope with tough situations in life. From day one of meeting this student, I've been so impressed with her ability to be positive despite the difficulties life has thrown her way. Although she may easily be one of the sassiest students I have ever had, I know that tenacious attitude will take her far in life. This ELA award goes to Abby Stevens.
So hold it together, please. Thanks.
The next ELA award goes to a student who gives everything her best effort. She has an absolutely amazing attitude and puts a smile on my face daily. She is constantly pushing herself in the classroom, and it is that reason that the next ELA award goes to Dulce Cabello Barona. All right, we're going to switch gears and give our math awards next. Any parent who has tried to assist their student with a 7th grade math assignment understands the rigor of 7th grade math. From all things fractions to solving equations and finding unknown variables, math pushes their brains to the limits. The first math award goes to a student with a natural ability to problem solve. This student uses reasoning skills to figure out each and every problem that is placed before him. This math award goes to Peyton Maiden. Are you 100? No, I didn't think so.
I didn't think he was either. I read that moment.
All right. The next math award goes to a student who sees numbers as no obstacle. She works extremely hard to find the correct answer. If she does not get it the first time, she does not give up. She continues to work effortlessly to find the correct answer. This math award goes to Lily Orth. Lily is also an amazing organizer. Parents, if you need your house organized, please call her. She's got it. All right, moving on to science awards. 7th grade science is a combination of earth science, biology, and physics. Much of 7th grade science is learning new vocabulary and extending the thinking of previous years' learned material. There is a lot of studying that goes into being successful in 7th grade science. The first science award goes to a student who would participate in class and make sure she knew what she was learning. This student worked hard to be successful in science, and that hard work paid off. This science award goes to Cadence Moore. Woo-hoo! She, however, is not here today. The next science award goes to a student who has a personality that likes to figure things out. He would ask great questions and make connections needed to be successful. His intuitive mind made him such a pleasure to teach. This science award goes to Micah Hartline. Social studies. Many students come into middle school having very little experience with social studies and what it means to read and think like a historian. Throughout their 7th grade year, we look at a variety of events in history and try to learn to analyze events and how we can learn from them. The first Social Studies Award goes to a student with a natural curiosity about history and its impact on our world today. This student thinks deeply about the things we read and makes great connections with his learning. His obvious desire to learn made him a pleasure to teach. This award goes to Noah Richardson. Noah is online. The next Social Studies Award goes to a student who works hard and is a good student. This student is quiet, but every day he comes in and does what is asked of him and does well on his assignments. I have enjoyed having him in my class this year. This Social Studies Award goes to Caleb Walker. So our next award is our Most Improved Award. No, that's not right. Our Most Improved Awards go to students who work hard regardless of the circumstances presented before them. We like to award students who have grown significantly throughout the school year, as those students always show so much tenacity. Our first Most Improved Award goes to a student who turned it around once virtual learning became a thing of his past. Virtual learning is hard on middle school students, and once this student came back to school, he proved what he was made of. We are so impressed with how much he has grown since returning. The Most Improved Student Award goes to Kevin Estrada Conejo. The next Most Improved Student Award goes to a student who literally tried her absolute best. She is probably one of the hardest working students we have on this team. She completed, redid, relearned standards that seemed to give her trouble all year long. Her perseverance is something that many people would be jealous of. This Most Improved Award goes to Haley Walton. All right, 2 left. We have 2 Eagle Awards. Eagle Awards hold the highest prestige on our team. The students who receive this award are not only good students, but just good human beings in general. They are kind, respectful, and always put their best effort into anything that is asked of them. The 2 students receiving the award this year spent the better part of the school year as virtual learners, yet they were engaged in their learning every day and were successful students even while taking care of younger siblings at home while learning. These students are the definition of exemplary and are going to continue doing amazing things as they progress through their school career. These 2 Eagle Awards go to Andreas Santon Rodriguez and Tony Delgado Mendoza. All right, parents on our team, that is it for us. We are finished. If you have students on another team, the other team should be coming in shortly. I'm going to mute so you don't hear all the crazy of school. But thank you so much for your constant support and love this year. We really appreciate it.
Now you can. Okay. What about our virtual students? Are we going to be able to see them at all? No. All right. Okay. So I'm sorry, we're not going to be able to see you, but you will hear your name. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. You ready? Perseverance is a quality that these students all possessed this year. That means that despite the craziness of the year, these students kept their eyes on the prize and concentrated on making the best of a bad situation. It takes a strong will to keep oneself on track when it seems as though everything around oneself is falling apart. They recognized that life would go on after this was over, and they wanted to be ready for what lies ahead in 8th grade and beyond. The first 2 awards I am presenting today are the Excellence in ELA Awards. These students worked hard both virtually and face-to-face. They reached out with questions and participated, whether online or in school. They wanted their work to be the best it could be and were always willing to redo or improve upon every task assigned to them. They gave what every teacher considers the most important ingredient when it comes to education: effort. I am pleased to present the Excellence in ELA Awards to Isabella Irizarry and Emily Pena Alejos. Can you come down, ladies? Yay! Oh, you were worried about you. You were emailing us so much. Yay! The next 2 awards are for 2 students who excelled in their subject areas, but were also great mentors and examples for all their fellow classmates. One of these students came to us later in the year, not knowing anyone here at Flat Rock Middle School. That would be difficult enough in a normal year, but was made more so because everyone hid behind their computer screens instead of talking and getting to know one another. He came without the most stellar of report cards, sorry to rat you out there, but clearly made a decision to turn things around in his new school. He concentrated on his work and kept his nose to the grindstone. Slowly, over time, he began to make friends and has now become a favorite among his classmates. Congratulations to Savion Beck Williams for earning one of the Zealous Eagles Awards. Did you know I was talking about you? You did? Yay! There you go, sweetie. Yay! Give another hand. The next student has made her mark since the first days we were allowed back in school. Unlike most students, she came 4 days a week instead of 2. She has been a serious student from the very beginning, working harder than she had to. She has volunteered to help other students who have fallen behind in their work, texted students to check on their well-being, all while excelling in both school and track. She can always be counted on to help her teachers, and as I discovered through the checking of her answers, can sometimes get the answer right when the teacher has gotten it wrong. It is my pleasure to award our second Eagle Award to Ryan McDonald. What would I do without your answers? We love you, honey. And I read it, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, that's right. Okay. And speaking of hard work, the next young man who is in my homeroom started off strong and then kind of petered out. The virtual experience just wasn't his cup of tea. But when he finally got back to school full time, he turned it around like nobody's business. He worked so hard to improve his ELA grade, and that hard work paid off. He ended the fourth quarter with 3 A's and 2 B's. Congratulations to Michael Whitmire for receiving one of our Jaylen Most Improved Awards. I didn't get to say what award he got. Oh, give me that hand. Woohoo! We're proud of you. All right. Segue into chorus bucket. All right.
You want your mask back?
Oh, gathered all my stuff.
All right, I'm Mr. Allman. Everybody watching. So I've got the second Most Improved Award. This student struggled during our virtual time. I think pretty much all of us kind of struggled during the virtual time, but some more than others. And then as we started to work our way back into school, that seemed to make a big difference for people, being able to interact with one another, interact with the teachers, and engage a whole lot more. And then when we got to come back all together, that made the biggest difference. And from beginning to end, I think this student had one of the biggest growths throughout the entire year, from going from pretty low to start to, I think, straight A's this fourth quarter. So the other most improved award is Forrest Buckner.
Good job.
All right, now I have 2 social studies awards. I enjoyed all my classes this year. You guys were well engaged, always were entertaining, and it was quite an experience with some of the people in there. But these 2 people were always willing to give an answer, always got their work done on time. If they were confused on something, they would ask questions. And it was easier with them when things, just how they did their processing and different things like that. So the 2 social studies awards this year are Sophia Cruzy and Victor Pawamba Romero.
Good job, Victor. Good job, Jay.
All right, I'm going to present 2 awards for excellence in math this year. And as far as the core subjects go, I think math, you all might agree, was probably one of the most challenging to have to try to do on those virtual days, especially when we were virtual. under Plan C, like for the whole week. I know coming back in person was very helpful for a lot of us in being successful in math class. The two students that stood out to me as being very successful in 7th grade math this year happened to remain virtual all year long. So imagine some of the challenges that you felt on those days that you had to be virtual and learn math. And these two students just, I think, may have even participated in math more so than some of us that were here in person. Because let's face it, math isn't always our most favorite subject. And the first student I want to recognize for excellence in mathematics is just an overall amazing student. She is always there to answer any question that is asked of her and very just actively engaged, regardless of if I can see her face on the computer screen or not. And the first person that I would like to recognize for math would be Cora Marshall. Despite me not being able to actually physically hand her the award. And the second person that I would like to award excellence in math to came to us like in the middle of the year too. So he wasn't with us all year long. And so as hard as that is to pick up, on the ground running, especially in 7th grade math, just from the get-go, on top of it being a crazy virtual year, and then him having to remain virtual all year, the rest of the year. And so it just really stood out to me that Ash Webster was able to do that and come in, partially throughout the year, and also be successful and rock it, even though he remained virtual. So congratulations to Ash. So I would deliver them through the computer.
That's how it goes. All right, I am Mrs. Babcock. I am the 7th grade science teacher. Hello, everybody. And I've got two students that I want to give the Excellence in Science Award to. My first student, I would like to recognize as she was always willing to help others. She would jump up and help everybody at her table. She would always go ahead and offer to help everybody, even across the room. She was phenomenal. And also, she improved academically this year, all throughout the year. We saw her grades just go all the way up, okay? And with this, she always had a smile on her face. And so I would like to give the Award of Excellence in Science to Miss Augie Wright.
Way to go, girl.
Smile, always smiling.
I really want to give you a
All right, and then my second student, I would like to recognize, was always hardworking. Even when she was absent, she was always able to make up her work, no matter what. She never seemed to skip a beat. And in my class, I've got some really bad jokes that are really corny. And I would always see her eyes squint in a smile because she always was laughing at them. And she was always able to adapt to whatever we did this year in class. And like the other teachers were saying, this was a really tough year this year, especially in science, because we're such a hands-on course. To just do notes and then talk about it and have discussions and have students at home and then students in class. It was really difficult. But she was always able to just, like I said, never miss a beat. And I'd like to award the Excellence in Science to Nikki Mejia. That smile I see. You're doing all right. Okay, girl.
Hey, I'm Jeff Blimmer. I teach reading. I just want to say this might be my the best group that seventh grade has. Some of my favorite people are sitting in here, like my future cross-country team captains in here, maybe a future spelling bee winners in here, my awesome yearbook staff's in here, and many of my students. And Nikki, you definitely have the nicest outfit. Just gonna say, I love your outfit. Big personalities are in here. So Augie, you too. You're a big hero. But my award goes like with 6th and 8th grade. The students who won my award kind of represented what the COVID experience is like. And I heard a couple of your teachers mention a similar situation where these students really struggled and then had perseverance and came back and did an excellent job. That's not the case for this student. This kid I've taught since 6th grade has done nothing but excellent work in my classroom. She's a class leader, has become more vocal about it this year, and I love to see students grow into young men and women. And she certainly has. Her grades, I don't think she's ever made below an A, probably never below a 95 for me. Just an excellent student and leads by her example. And this award goes to Estrella Hernandez Martinez.
Way to go, Estrella. Yay.
All right, I get the pleasure of presenting the Excellence in Visual Arts Award. And this group, like Mr. Bloom was saying, is a super creative group of the 7th grade, which makes this very difficult when having to select the artists that are going to get this award. But these two students that are going to get this award this year not only showed excellence in the classroom on the projects that I presented, and if you had my class, we did things like visual puns. We had things like a narrative art project. And so we were kind of limited in what we could do. We didn't have all the materials that I'd like to use in class because of the situation this year. But these two students really stepped up. In fact, so much so that I was having to think of other things and other projects for them to do because they just finished everything faster and exceeded in what they did, excelled really well. Both of these students also stepped up to the plate when last minute I found out about a collaborative art project that was going to be displayed at the annual countywide art show. And I was kind of last minute coming onto this. These two students stepped up, created artwork for that, and was able to have their work displayed along with a variety of other students throughout the county. So I would love to honor today Raya McDonald and Charles Hosmer.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Lowe. I'm the band teacher. The awards that I'm going to give out are for excellence in band. These students have had amazing attitudes and have put forth a bit of extra effort. They've shown up to class every day prepared and ready to learn. They made the best out of a difficult situation and remained positive. They've continued to work hard and lead not only in their sections, but in the classroom as well. This first student may have left his trombone at home for over a month, came up with some very creative ways to continue to learn, but when he came back, he hit the ground running, and I'm so thankful for that. And that student is Justin Coggins. This next student took on the task of learning a second instrument. Although that instrument was very similar to her first instrument, she went from a section of 15 to a section of 1. She took everything I threw at her with grace and vigor. She was sawing logs, and I loved it. She played out, and I appreciate everything she's done, and that's Ryan McDonald. The last student I would like to recognize is one of the most naturally talented seventh graders that I teach, and that's Jenica Tapia. You work hard, Jenica. What do you
All right, well, this concludes our 7th grade award ceremony for today. So, boys and girls, if we would go back to our rooms, we're going to watch our presentation, finish watching it. I know Mike House didn't finish watching it. Did you guys finish watching it? Okay. All right, and we'll just go row by row. First row goes out, and then we'll just scoot down, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and leave this on and just mute it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, everybody. We hope you enjoyed it. It's a little weird, but we did it. Thanks, parents.
Well, yeah, we got people here. So is this rolling?
Now it's unmuted.
We will for the kids. Thank you guys. Talking to you guys here and everyone at home. This is the Elite Eagles 7th grade awards ceremony, as much as we can have a ceremony today. We're going to start out doing exploratories first, and then we will go through the other core classes. Now this, for you guys at home, I'm going to ask Miss Izell, do we want to turn the camera and face all the students? Have it face this way. All right. So teachers will come up here and they will make their announcements. Students, if your name is called, you will come here, grab you could even say hey at home or whatever, but grab your certificate, shake the hand, go sit back down.
I see what you're saying. Okay, we're going to give out some PE awards. The guy coaches are not with us today, so we'll be giving out girl and boys PE awards for this group. These are kids who like to play, they have good sportsmanship, and always have fun in class. The girl award goes to Jocelyn Piniagua. The boy awards, I have two. One goes to Porter Allen and Victor Morales Hernandez. You're welcome.
Congratulations. Thank you, ladies.
All right. The computer science awards for my class are going to 3 young people who did everything right in the class, never complained, never worried about what the next day had. Some of them even were teaching me. So that is Caden Henderson, Davis Harvey, and Sarah Alverson.
All right, it is my honor to recognize the students who have excelled in visual arts this year. I know majority of you did go through my class this year. Some of you when we were all virtual, some of you when we're still in the hybrid mode, and then some of you this last 9 weeks. And it was trickier this year, trying to do art, create art with limited materials, trying to upload images to Google Classroom. And it was just a strange experience for me, and but we all survived. And these students that I'm going to recognize today just showed extreme creativity, really strong craftsmanship in their work, and some of them even had artwork that was displayed this year as part of a collaborative project with other students across the county. So that was kind of cool too. So I'd like to recognize Sylvan Brown. Thank you. Yeslin Ventura Costa. All right. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brittany Solalinde Gomez. I'm very proud of you. Thank you so much for your hard work. And I believe this young lady is going to be virtual today. Hopefully she is logged in, and this is to Elizabeth Isley.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mr. Fernandez, and I teach English as a second language. I've only taught a couple of you, but I see many smiling faces every day, so it's good to see you. I have 2 classes of ESL 7th graders, and as you know, English as a second language brings a lot of challenges. We all know students who either speak a different language at home or have a different culture at home, and it's a real challenge to have to go back and forth from home to school, from one idiom or one language to another language, and all of our students have done a great job this year. And 2 of my students in particular have really shined, and I want to call them out. One in period 5 and period 6. As you know, ESL, English as a second language, is about listening, reading, speaking, and writing. And both of these students have just really excelled and really demonstrated how easily they could become part of the bigger community of our great United States. The period 5 ESL award goes to a young man who is always first to class. He's always the first to volunteer to participate in any kind of activity, and he's always the first to have his work out and ready to work. And the 5th period ESL award goes to Damon Lador. Congratulations, Damon.
Good job.
My 6th period ESL class goes to a young lady who brightens the room every time she comes in. She smiles and energizes the internet when she's virtual. She's always first to volunteer to read. She leads in the class and activities, and she's just a lot of times just keeps the other kids focused on the very few times that I've been outside of class. And she's always helpful, supportive of all those around her, and is always willing to challenge herself in all of her academics. The 6th period ESL award goes to Estrella Martinez Navarro. Thank you, Estrella.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Lowe and I'm the band teacher. The awards that I'm going to give out today are for excellence in 7th grade band. These students have amazing attitudes and have put forth that bit of extra effort. They've shown up to class every day prepared and ready to learn. They made the best out of a difficult situation and remained positive. Each of these students showed up every day when we were virtual and learning band from a computer with their cameras turned on. Whether they had a poor internet connection, were joining us from their father's church office, or even from their trampoline outside. These kids always showed up with their instruments out, ready to go, and cameras on. They have continued to work hard and lead not only in their sections, but in the classroom as well. The students I would like to recognize for excellence in band are Porter Allen,
Congratulations.
Dalton Halford,
Congratulations.
and Gage Huel.
Even though you sounded bad when you first started. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's right. Here,
Good afternoon. My name is Miss Quinn, and I teach orchestra here at Flat Rock, and I have a couple orchestra awards today. The first award is going to a young lady who's worked hard on her instrument, has shown great growth this year, and is just a fantastic young lady. Her funny sense of humor, her dry response to things always gets me laughing, and I just love this young lady. Her name is Natalie Alamanzar. The next award, he's not here right now. He's off with wrestling, but this young man is a strong personality, to say the least. But he is also our only bass player, so that award goes to Logan Grooms. Next, we have a strong leader in our class who has been positive throughout this whole experience, has been willing to step up and do things even if she's a little uncomfortable. And even though she doesn't like slurs, she's going to get an award anyways, and her name is Sarah Alverson.
As soon as you said the slur part.
Slurs are great. And my last award goes to a young lady who is always online, always with her camera on, and always working hard. Even came back, even though she didn't come to any of our rehearsals, she was online doing our rehearsals that way and came back to play our concert. And I'm very, very proud of Mackenzie Thompson.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mr. Campbell. I teach a STEM class here, but I also coach a science Olympiad team. I'd like to get Mackenzie Thompson and Porter Allen down here for a quick second, if you would. Hey, girl. So I'm going to stand over here. Science Olympiad is a national competition with events in life sciences, earth science, and physical science. Our team competed in the Western Regional this past winter, and we won it. We actually won this awesome trophy right here. I'm going to let y'all hold it for right now. There you go. We went to the state tournament and got to compete in the state tournament. First time ever for Flat Rock, so it was pretty awesome. I want to award Porter, won first place at the Western Regionals. He won first place in Rhodes Scholar and Dynamic Planet, and he won second place in Ornithology. Did I get that right? Yeah, I think it was. All right, so I'm going to give these to Porter. Yeah. And Mackenzie helped us out for the state tournament. She competed in meteorology and heredity, and she finished in the top half of the entire state, which is pretty phenomenal. So I want to give this to Mackenzie. Y'all give it up. Go Eagles. Woo!
Good job, guys. Good job.
Excellent.
All right, guys. Everybody knows how tough math has been. Some all virtual, some virtual and here. Some days have been easier than others. I'm very proud of everyone who stayed caught up and were at class every day, doing their best. Everybody will find their little niche in math that they like the best or they do the best in that topic of mathematics, because there's so many. But the people that I have picked today were people who not only worked hard and kept up, did their work, but they came and asked questions, especially when we were in A Day, B Day, and all virtual. They came and asked questions in the afternoon. They would ask questions during class. I could definitely tell they were moving in a forward direction in all that they had learned for the year. And it was especially hard this year with things that we have dealt with. But I'm very proud of these 4 students. So, Brittany, come on up. Congratulations, honey. Good job. This next student is virtual, and it is Jaylen Jackson. And Jaylen, I'll have this with your report card, okay, honey? Okay, our next person who is here today is Gabriel Ortiz. Come on up.
Thank you for asking all those great questions you did. You're taller than I thought you would be.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gabriel. And then my fourth person is also virtual right now, and it is Hunter Marshall. So Hunter, I'll have it with your report card. Okay, gentlemen. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. Well, so Elizabeth.
I have 2 awards that I'm giving out. It's awfully challenging to pick out, the strongest students and the best students in a class, but it's always easy to pick out the favorite students, Anyhow, looking at things that way, I suppose I can't give a criteria for how I would choose these kids, because then they would argue about it all next year, and I'd listen to that again. But anyhow, no, this is an awesome group of 7th graders that I've worked with this year. I mean, you guys are really tremendous. So basically, I just decided to go with the 2 kids that I chose with grade point average, test scores, participation, enthusiasm for learning. And that's what I care about the most. But the awards are excellence in ELA, and the other one is overall excellence in ELA. I'm not going to say which one is more prestigious in my mind. I'll let them argue about it. But one of them, the Excellence Award, goes to Mackenzie Thompson. And then the overall excellence in ELA goes to Davis Harper. I didn't want to say it in front of the others, but she got the better award.
No, overall.
Okay. She's got the Eagle Award. Yeah.
All right, all you guys up there know who I am, but all these people at home may not. Mr. Tobias, I teach science. When it comes to giving out science awards, it's not about necessarily the best grades. It's about a lot of different things, and one of them is the questions that are asked. Science is all about inquiry, trying to figure things out. And so I often give this award based literally on how many students just ask great questions. Not always, but sometimes. So maybe you're one of these in here that was just wanted to learn new things and was curious about how things work. Maybe you were just a great all-around student. Maybe you kicked butt academically. Who knows? But these 4 students, I got Prelo Moorhead. Say hello to the people at home.
Hello, people.
Thank you. Jordan Barron. What's up, buddy? Say hello to the people at home.
Hello, people online.
Adger Baloo. Good job, bud. Say hello to the people online.
Hello.
Enrique Del Rio Garza. Good job, sir. Say hello to the people at home.
Hey everybody, my name's Sean Benavides, social studies teacher. Great to see your smiling faces today. As you know, we are drawing to a close of our school year. We've got a half a day tomorrow. Holy cow, people. You guys are going to look back at this and you're going to think about it for a long time. And that's what looking back and thinking about things really is. History. History. Okay? So I teach history, social studies, all that good stuff. Guys, your teachers made it through this year. You made it through this year. I'm not sure we could do it without each other. So I'd like to recognize a few students that made our year, my year in social studies a little nicer and easier. Now, I only have one for each class period, but I think we could reflect on each class period and come up with quite a few more names. So I appreciate it very, very much. I appreciate your mindset, your willingness to learn, and your mental flexibility and how you look at things. So my 4 social studies, excellence in social studies awards will be going to Porter Allen, Natalie Almanzar, online student Caden Henderson, and my 4th period student Isaac Schultz. Take care of that back, sir. Yeah, man. Thank you. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Hello, humans. So we're going to start with the Excellence in ELA for me, Ms. Gazzardo. My first Excellence in ELA award goes to a strong, dedicated student who always gives their best. This person is not afraid to ask questions, and I am proud she's in my homeroom. Jocelyn, and I'm going to say her last name right, Peñagua. All right, my next one goes to another young lady. She's a quiet one, but truly enjoys reading. Her work is always on par, and it's been a pleasure to be her teacher, Haley Cartwright. Third to receive the Excellence in ELA is one of the most polite young men I've probably ever met. He always works hard, not to mention he's a snazzy dresser, Dalton Halford. Now, my final one goes to a virtual student. This person has proven that technology hasn't been a total hindrance this year, but just another way to get a valuable education. I've been impressed with this student since she joined us this year, and I know she'll be going big places. Everyone give it up for Wendy Villalejos. Oh, you are here. You made it. Nice to meet you. You too. Now, I also have the Most Improved and the Eagle Award. So let's start with our Most Improved. For Most Improved, these students show that it's never too late to get it together. We have seen amazing progress from these two, and we are excited to see what their futures hold. First is a student who really stepped up her game. She is a strong young lady who works hard both in and out of the classroom. She has been a pleasure to teach, and it's been a joy to watch her grow. Yeslyn Ventura Acosta. The second Most Improved is presented to another student whom we've gotten to know and watched grow exponentially. Though he is oftentimes quiet, he is friendly and really has branched out this year. We are so proud of him, and we couldn't think of anyone more deserving of this award than Fernando Miranda Salgado. All right, now to the Eagle Award. You ready? The Eagle Award is presented to the two students who we feel are the most all-around go-getters on our team. For the first Eagle Award, we'd like to present it to a student who has personally driven me crazy all year. However, this is also the student who is the first to help another, the first to invite the quiet, shy ones into their group, and the first to walk in with a big smile under the mask every day. She is a hard worker in all subjects, and her personality lights up a room. We're proud to present this award to Jocelyn Peñagua. Girl. All right, last one. For our second Eagle Award, our team has chosen a bright young man who has impressed us all year long. He excels in all his classes, and it's been a joy to see him come out of his shell as the year progressed. The student always shows maturity at the right times, but knows when it's okay to have fun too. We are proud to present the second Eagle Award to Salvador Medrano Salinas. Congrats, baby. Guys, you have survived this crazy freaking year. Congratulations. Woo!
Now you're gonna go to your fifth period